Welcome to From the Pastor's Kitchen, where I get to share with you two of my greatest passions, my love for Christ and cooking. Today, I am so excited. I'm cooking some oxtails, my first time cooking them. Love them, but have not cooked them, and so I'm going to try my hand at my recipe for oxtails. I've looked at several and said, I'm going to just work this out. I'm going to work it out the way that I feel that I should in my ingredients. And so I got about 4 pounds of oxtails. I've got my Dutch oven over here where I'm going to sear them in, but I want to season them up right quick, and I want to show you what I'm working with. And then we're going to, once we season it and sear them, we're going to pop this baby in the oven. It's going to be just like that. It's going to be on and popping. Hold on, y'all. Let me share with you my oxtails. Okay, these are my ingredients for my oxtails right here, my 4 pounds of oxtails. I got my 4 cloves of garlic that I'm going to mince before you. I've got my thyme, my rosemary, salt-free seasoning that I'm going to put in, some adobo, black pepper, ground black pepper. I'm going to use some Worcester sauce here, and I've got some oxtail stew seasoning. Haven't used it. Got some tomato paste. In this bowl, you're going to see some leeks, some onions, and some carrots. We're going to add this in when we put the stock in. That's the last thing. Hey, let's go on the journey now. Let's put this in here. We're going to put it in here, and we're going to put it all over everything. That's the thyme. Rosemary. It shouldn't take long to season this up to make this work, you all. Not at all. The thyme is going to come in the cooking about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. I have a convection oven, so it may not take as long. About 2 hours, it just may work for us. Okay, there we go. There we go. Black pepper. And I've got my pot over here rather hot now. So I'm going to turn that down until I get over here with it. Okay. Take my garlic. I'm going to mince my garlic. I've got 4 cloves of garlic here. I'm going to put in here. There we go. That's 1. Fresh garlic, you all. That's 2. Oh, it smells good. It really does. Here comes 3. Let's put them on in here and make them work. Coming on through. And 4. I have more because I've got the 4 pounds here, and I want to make sure that I get enough seasoning on here. Ooh, smell the garlic smells. So I love the smell of garlic. I really do. So I'm going to scrape that off right here. Okay, we'll get anything else out of there. And we're going to take some Worcester sauce and sprinkle on here as we are searing them. Okay, I'm going to have to get down in here and put the seasoning on here. And lastly, I'm working with this oxtail seasoning. There we go. Okay, let's turn it. Let's work with them. I got the seasoning on the bottom of it, but I got to make sure I got seasoning all over it. And I may have to come back and dab it again, but it's okay. But I think this may be adequate. Once I'm turning them in here, I feel the seasonings on it. Make sure I'm getting it all over here. Because you can still come back and add to your pot as well. This is my choice of seasonings for my oxtails. And I'm going to put them in my pan over there in my Dutch oven and start searing them in a minute. But I think they're covered rather well. Yeah. Should have let these marinate while I was at church. Wasn't thinking. Trying to get myself ready to get on out of here to get to service. We do that often. A lot of times I prep before I get to service and make sure I got enough going on. Rinse your hands off. Wash your hands every time in between this. What I'm going to do is put a little bit more of this oxtail seasoning on here. Yeah, I welcome that. No salt seasoning. Not adding a lot of sodium to it because I'm going to put some beef broth in the pot and cook it down. There we go. Let's turn this baby and let's make this work. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Oh, that looks good, y'all. Ooh, we're gonna go on over to the stove in a minute and just start searing these up. Take them out, then put them all back in the pot together once we add everything in the pot and put it all in the oven. That should do it right there for that. You seasoned them. Make sure you season your food appropriately. And that's how you get the results that you need. Once you season your food, that makes a difference. All right? We're going to move now over into the pot so we can make this happen. So we're going to start searing these. Let's put them down in there. Ooh, baby. That should be good right there. Ooh, baby. Ooh, they smell mighty good. Ooh, baby. They smell mighty good. Yeah. Let's sear them, and then we'll check them out. Once they cook. So good, yep. That's just how I want it, y'all. Let's take them on out. My mama be so proud of me cooking these oxtails. Ooh, baby. Here we go. That's my daddy. We love these things. Isn't it amazing how we gravitate back to what our parents did or what our parents loved, and we go right on back to it. That is amazing. Okay, we're going to cook these down, and once I'm all done with these, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a light roux for this right quick. And I'm going to put a little brown seasoning in it to add flavor to it. I'm layering it because I like to layer mine with seasoning. So we're going to char it a little bit on each side, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put them all back in the pot together. Okay, people, I am back. I have pan seared these. I'm going to take them out. Now, you really don't have to pan sear them. I've seen other recipes where they just put everything in the pot. I like to pan sear even my steak sometimes. It just adds a little flavor to them, char them just a little bit too. I'm going to turn my fire down now, because now I'm going to add a little flour in here, and I'm going to try to make a little roux here. Just a little bit. There we go. Flour into what I have there. That is going. That is down on low. I'm going to keep stirring that in there like that. Keep stirring that in there like that. Then I add a little bit of water. There we go. Beef stock. Beef stock. I'm going to stir it. I'm not done yet. Don't be scared of it. It is mighty hot. Turn that down some. Beef stock that I've added in there. Get my thickness in here. That's what I did. I started with a little water, but I stopped because I remembered that I had the beef stock. And so that's what I'm doing. See, I'm getting a little thickness in here for this. And I'm going to drop this all down in here. But at first I want to get it the way I want it. Just get a little thick first. Don't be scared of it. There we go. Turn my fire down so you can get a glance at it. It's mighty hot. mighty, mighty hot. Let me turn it down some. Put my stock in here. Beef stock. There we go. And remember, I got all my seasoning on my. There we go. Oh, that's so much butter, y'all. Give you a chance to really get a glance at it. So much butter. Don't be scared of it. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. I want to make sure I have no lumps in here at all. To get the thickness that I want. Okay. Then I'm going to take a little brown seasoning in here, just a little bit. There we go. That's about a teaspoonful. There we go. There we go. No. There we go. Okay, start adding my oxtails back down in here. Before I do that, let me layer a little bit in here. This is my carrots, my onions that I'm adding in here. Because I'm going to layer this. There we go. And my leeks. I chose leeks to put in mine. There we go. Now, start adding my oxtails in here. I got my oven set. My oven is set for 400 on here. Because I have a confectionate oven and I'm having guests, so I want to make sure that it doesn't take mine long to cook. Lay them down in there. This Dutch oven should hold all of these. Come on back with my veggies. Put them in here as well. Don't be scared of it. Put them on down in there. Put the remainder of my oxtails in there. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Put all that down in there. All that goodness. Yeah. All the veggies in here. Make sure I get in there. I got about 5 carrots in here, 1 onion and a half, and 2 leeks. Get all the goodness out of here. There we go. Now, I'm going to add in my beef stock. Going to fill it with my beef stock. This is a 32 ounce of beef stock. That's good. That's good. That's what I want to happen. All this has got to be down in the broth. But it's going to cook itself down anyway too. You need to know that. There we go. I'm going to add in here, before I forget. Don't want to forget. It's going to be okay. I got a tablespoon of tomato paste here. We're going to do 2 of them. There we go. My tomato paste. Baby. Baby, baby, baby. Almost forgot it, y'all. Made it right on time. There we go. We're going to put this in our oven for about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, or until they're very, very tender. Time for them to go in the oven. I've got a top to my Dutch oven. It's just going to seal it. It's going to seal the deal, and then the oven is going. All right, we'll be back in about 2 to 3 hours. Hey P fam, these oxtails are cooked to perfection. They cooked a little over 3 hours and the meat is sublime. It's tender. The flavor is phenomenal. And I get to share this with you. So I used an avocado oil when I seared them. I didn't say that in the beginning, but I didn't want to leave that out. And so now I have the total a preparation for you now to take a glance at. I'm going to even share this with you. I'm going to even take you over to the pot so you get an opportunity to see that as well. Let's do that right now. This is the final presentation of the oxtails. Oh my God. Words cannot describe. And this is my first time cooking the oxtails in my Dutch oven. And I am so excited about it as well. And most of all, I'm excited about having an opportunity to share it with you. What I want to do now before I actually take a bite of this and share this with you, and we're going to grace God and tell him thank you, I want to share my word with you, amnesty. I preached today amnesty in a time of compromise. My God. Because we compromise so many things and justify our positions even when it's wrong. My Lord. Amnesty. We've been given amnesty because we've been pardoned by Jesus. My God, look at what he did. And I ministered out of Daniel, the 3rd chapter, verse 15 through 26. You know, when the Hebrew boys, which names are Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. We don't want to call them by their Babylonian names. That's not their names. Let's not be deceived by the enemy at all. And so when they refused, my God, to serve other gods, and they were put into the furnace. We all know the story, so I don't want to go in detail about the story. You know what was so spectacular to me? That everybody else began to see the 4th person in the furnace because Jesus allowed them to see his presence, or the Spirit of God himself, a presence of the Lord in the furnace with them. But this is what the Lord said to me. I was already in the fire before they got in the fire. My Lord, but I opened up the eyes for the other folk to see. When the brethren got in that believed in me, they had already saw my presence. Nothing seared on them, their hair, their clothing, just the binding that was on them. So that helps me to know that whatever situation I'm in, God is already with me. Loose here, Satan, in the name of Jesus. When I say loose here, I'm loosed in the name. Their bindings were loose. Amnesty in an age of compromise, where everybody's compromising their sexuality, their identities, who they say and claim that they are, justifying your speech and how rude you can be to someone else just because I'm me. Let's think about how Jesus has pardoned us, and we don't need to be justified any longer because we've been justified by the Lord our God. Amnesty in the age of compromise. Are you trying to compromise every situation, or are you trusting God in this day, in this age, in this season? My God, let me share with you this meal. Oh my God, it's just coming apart. Just a little bit. And this is beans and rice, black beans and rice, with a wonderful flavor that I just cooked separately because I wanted a little bit of something on here. Lord, we thank you. Flavor is just right. A little spicy, a hint of spice, but nothing major at all. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. So glad that I took the time out to cook them. It's going to take about 3 hours. Definitely. If you want them tender. If you want them cooked to perfection. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Share this with someone else, and I tell you they'll be blessed. Until next week, everybody.